Hey Kevin, we're just going to do our wee update on how things have been over the last few weeks. So let's start just with a bit of a squad update. We've signed Dylan Tait from Haddington.
Yep.
What was the thinking behind that one?
You know, I've been trying to get a striker for weeks. After losing Johnny, after losing Gregor, we tried various options, and then when Dylan became available, he was transfer listed by Haddington, and it was another one that we knew could do a job for us. You know, we tried to sign Dylan previously, before he committed to staying at Haddington. So when he became available, we were instantly interested. Dylan is very similar to the types of players that we've got in terms of his quickness. He's very dynamic, and but he's a natural goal scorer, and more often than not, he gets shots away. You know, he'll be hitting target, or he'll be making the goalkeeper work at least. So you know, Dylan will have a large part to play over the next 18 months.
And so Darren Smith has left since our last update as well. Was that just down to the game time?
Yeah. Darren and I have had numerous conversations, you know, since the summer, and he wants to play football. He doesn't know how long he's going to play football for, just with his age. And I didn't want to stand in his way. You know, Darren's been great for the club. My very first signing, and Darren brings what I want to bring to the club. You know, professionalism. He's always here. When he's here, it's 100%. He's fully committed to the club, or he was fully committed to the club. You know, and he leads by example. Again, you know, young kids know how, if they watch Darren, they know how you should be training as a professional footballer or a part-time professional footballer. You know, so he brings standards, and that's what I want to bring at the club, and Darren was a great example of that.
Yeah, you know, he'll be a big miss, but he's definitely left a mark on the club in his time here. We've unfortunately picked up another significant injury just over the last week. Brandon broken his foot. So,
Yeah.
Bit of a blow, that one, because he was beginning to really hit a good bit of form.
He was, you know, he's toiled with injuries kind of since he's been here. This is probably his third significant injury. He's going to be out for 2 months. He's broken his foot in 3 different places, and he's in a boot. So unfortunately, it happens, you know, in a contact sport, a contact competitive sport, and the commitment that the guys put into training sessions, it might happen. Unfortunately, it did. But you know, we've got a good squad, and losing Brandon isn't the end of the world. You know, that gives somebody else an opportunity, and they've got to hit the heights that Brandon was playing at, because he was playing well.
Yeah.
You know, probably his last game there, he scored a beauty, and he's got that in his locker, and he will be missed. But it's time for somebody else to step up.
Yeah. And the other kind of longer term injuries that we've had, Gregor, is he back running now?
Gregor's back running. He's been back this week, so he started back this week. So he'll probably have a month of running on his own. Maybe the turn of the year he'll be able to join in sessions, team sessions, before he gets the okay to go into full competitive from the doctor. Obviously his foot's been pinned. You know, it's not just a ligament injury or anything like that. You know, the bones are pinned together. So we just need to be patient and wait for the okay for the doctor before he gets into the competitive stuff. And you know, it might be a while away still. You know, but he's building his fitness up. He'll get back to a level of fitness, and then we'll work on his mark sharpness when he's ready.
And Johnny, his was a wee bit more serious than what he'd thought it was going to be at the time as well.
Yeah. So he's recovered well. He's back to work. I think he's been back to work about a fortnight. If he's watching this, he better get back to training next week. Not seen him at training in a couple of weeks, but he should be at a stage now where he can go to the gym, or he can run on his own, or certainly have some sort of training session within the club. On his Tuesday and Thursday, you know, he should be at a stage where he should be doing something. So hopefully that's next week. and we see Johnny back, and we see smiley face,
Yeah.
bouncing about the ground. Aye.
Speaking of smiley faces, we've obviously got Evan, who's unfortunately been out for over a year, almost 18 months now.
Yeah.
What's the latest on his progress?
Evan's progress is coming on, pretty well. He's got a guideline of joining back into the team sessions just at the turn of the year. So kind of probably the first week after New Year, I'd expect to see Evan doing some part, maybe the passing drills, maybe the a bit of shooting or something like that. Again, probably not expecting him to be joining full contact sessions, but he should be joining in the turn of the year, so it's getting closer for him. He's had a wee swelling on his knee today actually, so he's not done anything tonight. The doctors told him to stay off it for a couple of days and reduce the swelling again. So again, that's going to happen with the injury he's had, and it's managing it, and it's getting him to a stage where he's ready that he can fully commit to a session.
And realistically, is it getting him ready for pre-season? Is that the aim, or is there a chance he could be involved?
I think he could be involved before the end of the season. If he gets back into team sessions, let's just say mid-January, he could be involved in matches come March. Okay. Giving him 5 or 6 weeks to kind of get up to speed. Again, a huge benefit is with under 20s.
Yes.
So from March till the end of the season, he could become a 20s player. And he can build that up and get him ready for pre-season again. We don't have to put him on loan. He doesn't have to go somewhere to get games. He can get his games in here. It'll just be a Friday night. Yeah. So that's a great facility again. That's a benefit of having the 20s and how it benefits us, not just bringing players into our squad, but being able to use them as a platform to gain fitness and match practice again.
Yeah. I know it's easy to forget he's actually of that age that he still qualifies for under 20s, because he was such a mainstay of the team before.
I think he's only 19 and 19 at the turn of the year, so he's a 20s player effectively.
Kind of linking in with the 20s, it was good to see Daniel Hall was getting his chance and one of the cup games recently. So kind of focusing on the matches we've played. We had a couple of league games. Yep. Musselburgh won start of the month. What were your thoughts on that one?
Musselburgh, I thought it was a very equal game. Yeah. It kind of looked early on in the game it was going to be a 1-0 game. There wasn't going to be a lot of goals. I do think we deserve something at the game. A draw at least. We played well. We created chances. I think we created better chances than Musselburgh did. We had a goal chopped off, which has probably been confirmed that it was wrongly chopped off, using the VOs that us and Musselburgh use. So that was hard to take, but again, Musselburgh are a side who have set their stall out at the start of the season that they're here to win the league, and we've competed with them, narrowly defeated by them, but I'm really looking forward to the return game here.
It's not far away now. Other league game we had was Crossgates, back at home, so back to winning ways there. Brandon scored a great goal, as you mentioned. How do you feel about that one went?
That was massive because we had to win. It was a game I felt we had to win. We'd been beat by Pennycook and we'd been beat by Musselburgh. So to go 3 league games, a defeat would have been hard. So it was a must-win game. We put the pressure on the players, and to be fair, we started the game so well. We actually blew Crossgates away first half. I genuinely thought this could be 4-5. We were that good. Once we scored the second, took our foot off the gas, probably subconsciously, and it didn't go the way that I thought it might have went. It became difficult. Crossgates got into the game. We stopped doing what we'd done leading up to the 2 goals, and it turned out to be a harder game than it needed to be. Yeah. If we just kept the gas on a bit longer, we could have been out of sight at half time and could have made our lives a wee bit easier, but we never. But again, it's a wee bit of resilience. We were under pressure second half, particularly when they scored with 15 minutes to go and we had to see out the last 15 minutes. We defended well and we had a couple of counter-attacks at that stage and could have won 3 or 4-1 again. But it was a game of two halves.
And we played a cup tie against Armadale here at New Countess Park as well. Great 4-0 win. Really good goals we scored that night as well.
Yeah, we used that as a wee opportunity to get people games. You know, I've said on here that I wasn't going to do it. You know, I want to win games and progress in cups, but we felt that the guys had played a lot of minutes. You know, we'd won a lot of games and people were tiring, so we just utilised the squad. We gave guys opportunities and every single one of them were good. You know, even let's pick up Daniel Hall. You know, he come in and he scored a great individual goal. Dan Hanlon had played and scored. Somebody else, Kyle Summers, Liam Gregory. You know, the guys, the attacking players that we have are scoring goals. And young Daniel kind of stepped up and matched them.
That's just commenting on that with the guys earlier. When you look down the squad list, everybody has contributed either by an assist or a goal throughout the squad, like apart from Shane, which you wouldn't expect a goal to do, but obviously Sean did earlier. So it just shows that in terms of attacking football, everybody's involved, everybody's contributing.
I think another evidential part that's how many penalties we've had.
Yes.
You know, you've got to be in the opposition box to win a penalty, so you know it shows you the attacking dimension that we've got. Whether it's, you know, a handball or a corner and something happens, or whether it's a direct foul in the box, you know, we're in these areas, attacking positions and making people defend. So that's just another evidential point to that.
So the other game that we played just happened to be a Scottish Cup second round tie against East Fife. Great day, fantastic day for the club and thoroughly deserved win. Yeah,
we did. Again, that was another game where you'd expect that you've got to defend. You'd expect not to have as much as the ball as you do in a league game, and we had to do both of those. You know, but we had to sacrifice the ball. We had to defend resolutely, and we did. And that alone was what made us worthy winners. You know, the way we defended. That's not all we done. You know, we caused East Fife problems. We really did. You know, obviously we again a penalty, but again it was a deserved penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like what we touched on, you know, we're in the opposition box. We're creating chances. We're drawing fouls, and you know I do think we deserved it. And I'm not being biased over the piece because of our defending, because of our organisation and our ability to work harder than East Fife. We deserve to win the game.
And that led us to what is another huge tie on Saturday, another home tie where we've got Alloa coming. How do you approach this one? Is it similar to East Fife?
It's just the exact same. You know, it's just the exact same from my perspective. It's my feelings have not changed. East Fife was a free hit. There was no pressure on us. You know, we're the non-league team. The pressure's on East Fife at that point, and it's very similar on Saturday. You know, the Alloa have changed their manager. The manager's played one game, he's not won. I pretty much imagine he's not going to come to a non-league side who's just defeated a league side, and that's his next task. So again, the pressure's on them. It's not on us. We'll go out. We'll play how we play. You know, we'll not change. I'd rather die on my sword. And do what I know that we're good at than try and change things and to worry about Alloa. But it's just another occasion for everybody to enjoy. You know, the hospitality side of it, there's more tickets sold this round than there was last. The online ticket sales, I think, have doubled for entry. So, you know, it's just bringing that wee bit more excitement. And dare you dream, you're 90 minutes away for something magnificent.
Absolutely.
You know, as a player, you know, I've been at that stage as a player, and you find that extra 10% because you know there's a potential reward at the back of it. You find the energy that you didn't think you had. And I've been fortunate again. I've played Premier League teams in the competition, and that is the reward.
Well, we can all dream and hope that that is going to be a reward come the end of Saturday, and we obviously wish you and the guys all the best, and
Thank you.
we'll see how we do.
Yes, Alright.